Hey guys, it's your boy Chris, back at it with some more Xenoblade content, and today I just wanted to give you guys a spoiler-free review. Whether you're a Xenoblade Chronicles 1 fan, 2 fan, or even an X fan, make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, and make sure you guys share the video, and, leave a comment, let me know how I'm doing on the content, you know what I'm saying, if there's anything I could do to improve, or even some Xenoblade Chronicles 3 challenges. I really wouldn't mind doing some Xenoblade Chronicles 3 challenges, such as all one class, or something else completely different. Anyways, let's get straight into the review, and let's go. So, like I said, this will be a spoiler-free review, however, everything in the trailers for me is fair game. So if you decide not to watch any of the trailers and stuff thinking you're just gonna, buy the game and you just want a review on the game without anything, like absolutely anything spoiled, well, let me tell you, this game is the best Xenoblade game out, okay? So I feel like it's worth your 60 bucks. So you might as well just go ahead and buy it if you are a Xenoblade fan, or even if you're not. I feel like it's a really good game to, even get you started into the Xenoblade universe. But honestly, just play one, and then that way your expectations are already low for the gameplay. So whenever you play 2 and 3, you're gonna be sitting there like, whoa, this is godlike. So anyways, let's get into the actual review. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the very best Xenoblade game to date. Xenoblade 2 is probably still my favorite. However, I recognize that this is the best Xenoblade game. The exploration is godlike, the music is fantastic and lovely. Gameplay, it's so good. The combat, everything about the gameplay is just godlike. The story is, well, it's the second best, I'd say. Like, Xenoblade 1 story is an actual masterpiece. This game is a pretty close second. Not to say Xenoblade Chronicles 2 story is bad. However, I do recognize that those two do definitely have the superior story. Anyways, back to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. If you're a Xenoblade Chronicles 1 or 2 fan, you'll be surprised to hear that the combat is sort of similar to both games at the same time. Which actually does make a lot of sense within the story. If you've seen the trailer, you already know that basically you got niggas that look like they're from Xenoblade 1, you got people that look like they're from Xenoblade 2, you know what I'm saying, and just like, so, I mean, the gameplay does kind of reflect that a little bit. I feel like it's kind of sick how you could switch between the party members, the party members' gameplay styles, where it's like, okay, yeah, Noah, he's more Xenoblade 1 type, damage over time, does, recharges the arts, and then Mio, she's more Xenoblade 2 type, you have to actually attack, so that way you can, get your arts recharged, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But before we get into the gameplay, because I do want to do like a really big, like, deep dive into it without really spoiling much of it, let me talk about the exploration a bit. Now, the exploration in this game, honestly, perfects open world or open zone exploration. It feels like you're never where you're supposed to be at, you know what I'm saying? Like, even post-game right now, even after I've already beat the game, I'm still discovering new places. I'm sitting here like, okay, well, I mean, obviously this was meant for people who've already beat the game, but it still feels like I'm not supposed to be here, and it just makes me want to explore it more. Especially whenever you find an area and the monsters are like way higher level than you and stuff. It feels really good to just be in that sort of like situation to where you are just exploring the game, and just, it feels like you're finding a secret, like a hidden treasure nobody was meant to know about, like you find the One Piece, like the One Piece is actually real, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, the exploration is probably the best in any Xenoblade game. Like Xenoblade 1, I didn't really have that much of a motivation to actually explore, but maybe we'll get to that in like a minute, or maybe in like the spoilerish review. And in Xenoblade 2, I did have a motivation to actually explore. However, it kind of feels more like it felt more like just like, oh, okay, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? In this game, it was like, whoa, I didn't even know this area existed. Like, I didn't even know this could be possible, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's definitely the best exploration. And actually, another thing that probably actually kept me going with like the exploration is the music. The music is not like in most Xenoblade games, you know what I'm saying? Like, the music slaps, like, obviously, like, the music will always slap, it'll always bang every single time. However, this music is actually like background music, and that's another thing I have to talk about. Like, mostly whenever I'm playing a Xenoblade game, like, the music just kind of takes over. Like, sometimes I will deadass just sit there and stop and like just be like, oh my gosh, wow, this music is a banger, and just let it rock. I'll put my controller down, just let the music rock, listen to it. But this game, somehow, I'm not sure how to really explain it. Like, the music actually feels like background music to make it, like, kind of like background noise for like I don't even know how to explain it, bro. Like background noise to accompany what your hands are doing with your controller, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels really good to just listen to the music at all times, and it doesn't really, like, even whenever I was playing it, you know, you can go back and watch the previous live streams, even whenever I was playing the game, you know, combat or just straight up just exploration, you know, I'm just sitting there chilling like, dang, this music is a banger, but it never really halts my progression, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that the music is bad. I think what it is that it's so good, it pushes me forward to be like, okay, let me get to hear the next track. Or let me get to here because this music is such a banger, you know what I'm saying? What does the next zone sound like, you know what I'm saying? The music sounds like a mix between Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2, which kind of makes sense a little bit whenever you watch the trailers, because, you know, if you've seen the trailers, you've seen, like, the Great Sword and the Orion Titan, so, obviously, you know, there's gonna be, like, a mixture between the two, like I said, with, like, the gameplay and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, like with the gameplay, like the exploration, like all the zones, you can, like, you'll definitely be like walking around, you'll hear the music and stuff and be like, oh wow, this track reminds me of this track, or, you know, oh, whenever you're walking around, you'll be like, oh my gosh, this place reminds me of this place, or even whenever, like, I was playing the game and it was like a fresh pair of eyes, I was sitting here like, is that the place from, is this, you know what I'm saying? So there's definitely a lot to explore and stuff, but not saying that they're like just copy and pasting places from Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2. It's more like it's its own world, but it'll definitely remind you of some of the old stuff. If you are a Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 fan, I feel like if you never played those games, then you won't be reminded of it because it's just a whole new world, but like certain parts did make me go, hey, this reminds me of X, or this reminds me of Y, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. And I think another part of the thing too is that there's so many like different type of unique monsters and stuff to find and explore around, you know what I'm saying? The monster designs in this game are the best monster designs Xenoblade has ever had. Like, bro, like the monsters are so beautiful and stuff, and it's just crazy to me. And there really are like a joy to fight too. The gameplay is absolutely sick. If you've seen it, then if you've seen any of the trailers, then you definitely know, like, oh, there's 6 party members now. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I find that absolutely insane to me that Xenoblade, well, I guess that'll be like, how do I spoil Xenoblade 2 without spoiling it? I guess that'll be like, what, 2 with all 5, that'll be 10 people on thing, and then it's only, well, I mean 7 isn't really that bad either. That's 3 less though, like, you know, but anyways, yeah, a cool thing about this game is that you have 6 party members, or 7 with the heroes, but you don't really control them. You have 6 party members to keep track of at all times, and a cool thing I really liked about the game, that honestly, if you couldn't do this, the gameplay would have been stale and boring 100%. You can swap between the party members mid-combat like it's Final Fantasy VII Remake, except way faster, like, oh sorry, I hit my mic, except way faster, like in Final Fantasy VII Remake, you know, you have the camera, it goes like click click, and then it like swaps over to them. No, in this game it's just straight up, it's like a cut, like a jump cut, like boop boop, like, you know, you're at Lance, now you're at Mio, now you're at Senna, now you're at Tyon, you know what I'm saying? And it's so fun, and I honestly feel like that really helps you control the pace of the battle. Like in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, I hate that game's combat so much. Like, bro, I remember turning on easy mode just so I can get straight to the story. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I really did like the story, but I remember being so engulfed in the combat, however, still feeling really dissatisfied with the AI, because it's like, why would I ever play one character whenever the other character has the thing that I want them to do and then they don't do it, you know what I'm saying? Like if, you know, say Tora breaks a monster, you know, now you have to sit here and wait for Rex's AI to topple them or something, you know what I'm saying? Or even they topple them too fast. Like, bro, calm down. Like, I will try to get a smash art in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and it just, the AI simply will not let me at all. It'll just do whatever the AI wants to do. But in this game, you have full 100% control of absolutely everything. You could choose what combo you guys want to focus on the enemy, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's absolutely crazy. Not to mention, you can swap between it, so you don't even need to turn that on, you know what I'm saying? I can go from a Noah break, and then, you know, swap over to Lance, who topples, swap over to Senna, who launches, swap over to Tyon, who smashes, you know what I'm saying? That's just an example. That's not, like, really, like, a spoiler of their movesets, but, like, that's just an example. Not to mention the Ouroboros feature. If you've seen the trailers, I know I keep saying if you've seen the trailers, like I told, like I didn't say at the beginning of the video, like, oh, well, if you didn't watch the trailers, you don't want to be spoiled. I'm going to spoil you on everything in the trailer, so you might as well just leave. But the Ouroboros feature is absolutely insane to me, having those 3 Ouroboros, bro. Like, honestly, big purple monsters, like, who sat here and was really like, bro, That's the wave. And guess what? It really is the wave. Ouroboros helps the flow of combat so much. And there's two control types. You can either let the AI handle it themselves, and by handle it, what I really mean is that they'll just Ouroboros whenever they're low on health, or you can do party Ouroboros, where basically you control the Ouroboros for the AI and the other party members and stuff, which is such a smart gameplay decision, because now you're 100% controlling the flow of combat, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention with the swapping, it keeps your hands really busy. Like in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, I felt like, okay, well, this is boring. I'm gonna just put my controller down and press a button occasionally. Like, bro, whack. You know what I mean? Xenoblade Chronicles 2, with like attack canceling and stuff and art cancels and stuff. Honestly, I just spammed critical healing Mithra because, yes, while it's fun to, yes, while that game is more fun than Xenoblade Chronicles 1, the gameplay can get really repetitive at some point, you know what I'm saying? However, in this game, I never got sick of the gameplay, bro. Like, honestly, even now in my post-game, and stuff, I'm still sitting here finding new monsters and being like, oh my god, yes, let's go. And Xenoblade Chronicles 1, I just beat the game and I turned that shit off. Sorry, excuse my language. I'm trying to cuss a lot less on my videos. And in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I'd find a secret monster, super boss, and be like, that's cool, maybe later. In this game, no, it's like on sight. Like, bro, just get on where you're mad at. I love this game's combat. It's absolutely sick. Fusion arts are so cool too. Like, what a great concept to put other party members arts in your like art list, you know what I'm saying? And I guess that does make sense because the classes. Oh yeah, classes. Basically you can swap between anybody's class. So say like okay, so Noah is a sword fighter and Mio is a Zephyr, right? And that's basically, she's like a tank, but like an evasion tank. Okay, so instead of, you know, being like, oh, you know what, now Noah is only a sword fighter. Nope. Now Noah can also be a Zephyr or a healer or a tank or whatever he wants to be, because you can swap between it. And I feel like that's such a smart gameplay decision. And I feel like it makes it, there's like a billion ways to beat this game. Like, honestly, you can play this game in a million different ways. Me and my friend was just talking about that the other day. How you can basically have completely different parties, even if they're all the same class, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, a lot of my gameplay, I had, funny, because this was garbage, but I was still making it work because that's my gameplay style. I had Uni on tank. Uni! She starts off as a healer, so obviously she's not gonna have the most health, she's not gonna have the most, you know, attack power, none of that, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna be mostly guided towards healing, and I had her on tank for a lot of the game, like up to chapter, well, I not a lot of the game, like from chapter 3 or 4, but yeah, it's like you can approach this game in so many different ways, and the game doesn't punish you at all. In fact, I feel like the game actually encourages you to explore and be like, hey, even if one class is the best on the character, the game still makes you feel like, you know what, instead of Noah being, you know, crazy ass sword fighter, how about today I just make Noah a healer, and I make Uni a tank, and I make Tyon a freaking an attacker, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's crazy. And it promotes so much creativity and stuff in your gameplay. Like, I'm more of an offensive player in a lot of the games I play, like fighting games and just other types of things. So, of course, I was playing mostly attacker, but that doesn't mean I was just on Noah, for example, you know what I mean? I played a lot of Uni, I played a lot of Tyon, I played a lot of Lance, I played a lot of Senna, and I played a lot of Mio. I played a lot of every character because not only was attacking classes available on every single character, also because I wanted to test out some of the other classes that they had to offer themselves, you know what I'm saying? And my friend, he was more of a defensive player, so he was playing mostly healers and tanks, and he was playing basically every character too, and I find that really great, especially with the swapping between the members and stuff. That's very sick to me. So yeah, and oh yeah, heroes are also crazy. So basically, this game introduced a new system, you know what I'm saying, having everybody that's involved in the story on the field at the exact same time, you know what I'm saying? It's none of that freaking, oh, well, your party is Rex, Nia, Tora, but in the cutscenes, Morag was putting in work. Like, no, she wasn't, bro. Like, she wasn't even on the field. You know what I'm saying? What else did I want to bring up about Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Oh yeah. The classes in Xenoblade 2, they were also pretty modular, right? Like, oh yeah, you know, put a healing blade on Rex. However, why would I ever put a healing blade on Rex whenever the healing blade is gonna be better on Nia? You know what I'm saying? This game, there is none of that, bro. Like, there's none of that. You know what I mean? Like, Nia in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, obviously the best healer, honestly the only base healer you even get. No crap, she's the best healer. So why would I ever put a blade on Rex that is a healer and be like, oh yep, this is exactly what I want? Like, no bro, Rex is an attacker, Tora's a tank, Morag's a tank, Zeke's an attacker, and Nia's the healer. Like, bro, that's it. That's simply it. And honestly, if you ran the game any different, that's cool. You know, it's definitely beatable. I watched a video of a dude who literally beat it with only common blades. However, it just felt like the wrong decision whenever you're playing a game normally. In this game, none of that at all. It just feels really good to play any character, you know what I'm saying? It makes it so that way you're not even like, if Uni's your favorite character and you're like, yep, I'm only gonna play Uni, you're not gonna sit there and be mad like, oh damn, well why would I ever have an attacker role on Uni because she's more of a healer? Like, no bro, there's none of that. It's like, oh, you know what, okay, well I can afford Uni to be an attacker and make Noah a healer and just vibe the whole game, you know what I'm saying? This gameplay is honestly beautiful. It's the best Xenoblade combat ever with the Ouroboros attacks, you know, chain battle, sorry, I've been playing Dokkan a lot. Chain attacks are the best they've been in any Xenoblade game. I don't care what anybody says, it beats 2 by a wide margin, bro. Because it's kind of like 2, but better. What else did I really want to bring up? Yeah, I guess that is an, oh yeah. Also, the game keeps your hands busy a lot. Like I said, Xenoblade 1, I didn't really care too much about the gameplay. Xenoblade 2, it's like, yeah, cool, but it gets a little bit repetitive. This game keeps your hands really busy, and I feel like that's exactly what Xenoblade Chronicles needed, bro. Just to keep my hands busy. Like, bro, I'm pressing Y, X, B, A. I'm pressing all of the D-pad directions. I'm pressing L, A, you know what I'm saying? I'm pressing ZL, ZR, you know, ZL plus L, you know, swap over, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot to keep track of, and I feel like a game like this really does need that, because the way Xenoblade is designed is like a real-time RPG, you know what I'm saying? So why would I ever sit here and not have my hands completely occupied 24/7? You get what I'm saying? So yeah. Oh, and if you're a new Xenoblade fan and you're sitting here like, oh, maybe I want to get into 3 and stuff, but how's the story looking? You know, I don't want to put 100,000 hours to the game. This is actually the shortest story of any Xenoblade game. Like, I'm not gonna spoil how many chapters there are and none of that, but honestly, typically whenever I finish the Xenoblade story and I just book it straight through the story, it's about 70 to 80 hours. This game, I did a lot of side quests and I barely got to 68 hours. I feel like if I just booked it straight through to the story, you know what I'm saying, watching all the cutscenes and stuff, this game is probably honestly like around a 50 to 55 hour game if you're doing straight up story. Like, you're not getting any of the hero quest, you're not doing any of that stuff, you know what I mean? Like, none of it, you know what I mean? And you know, there could be an argument to make like, oh well, that's still long, but I feel like the only reason why you probably think that is simply because most games that come out now are pretty short, like 8 hours to 10 hours. Like, I was just playing Spider-Man, and I realized, like, dang, this game is pretty short. I beat it in like a day, like 10 hours, bro. That's one stream for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's basically all I really can say without any spoilers. This video ended up being 20 minutes long. I thought it'd be like 6 minutes. That's 3 times it, but yeah, I feel like you guys should definitely give Xenoblade Chronicles 3 a chance if you guys want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, the story is amazing, bro. Like, it's so peak. It's so peak. Like, honestly, don't even go looking at my old videos. Please, I have spoilers in the thumbnails. Please don't. Please, I have spoilers in the thumbnails. Just go and buy the game yourself if you don't want any if you haven't played it already. I can't even plug my old stuff. Do not go watch my past live streams. You could scroll down really fast, but bro, if you scroll down only a little bit, you're gonna see spoilers, and I don't want to be the reason I spoil you on peak. This game's peak. Anyways, yes, go ahead and buy Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It's the best Xenoblade Chronicles game ever. Music is godlike, exploration is godlike, world building godlike, gameplay godlike, story is godlike, heroes are godlike. So yeah, and the story is pretty short for a Xenoblade game. Like, bro, if you're not worrying about the heroes, if you don't care about any of the heroes, bro, and you're just beelining it, you already the story gives you like 5 or so heroes off rip, like just off of pure story. So you're Gucci, my man. You know what I'm saying? Like you're Gucci. So, hey man, go buy Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Yeah, dang, a majority of this video was just me talking about the gameplay. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, let your boy know if he can improve the content and stuff. This is kind of more like a lazy-ish video, you know what I'm saying? Just getting my thoughts out there before I actually go ahead and go all in on this script for the spoilery review, you know what I'm saying? You know, this is the spoiler-free. Next video is going to be the spoilery review, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, go ahead, leave a like and subscribe, you know, comment, let me know if I could do anything better, you know, and leave me some Xenoblade Chronicles 3 challenges. I mean, I'm totally down to be like, oh yeah, all attacker class or all healer class, you know what I'm saying? Do with this super boss. Like, bro, I'm so down for that. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you ones in the next ones, and peace.